These core exercises could be the reason for your low back pain. Yes, you heard that right. Many people have been told to get a stronger core to help their back pain, but there are many exercises out there that can actually cause low back pain or be making your pain worse. My name is Dr. Grant Elliott. We've helped thousands with low back pain, disc herniations, and sciatica fully recover through our one-on-one online coaching program. And in this episode, I'm going to teach you which core exercises can actually cause low back pain, make it worse, and which spine-friendly core exercises you need to be doing to heal it once and for all. Now, how could core exercises cause back pain or make it worse? Strong core is always a good thing, right? If the method in which we are achieving that is not ideal for your situation, then no. Here's how. Understand that the vast majority of low back pain is called flexion intolerant. What does that mean? That means the longer you sit, the more you feel it. When you bend forward to put on socks and shoes or pick something off the ground, you feel that back pain or that leg pain increase. These are all flexion intolerant symptoms, meaning your back does not like rounding forward. Now let's analyze the vast majority of core exercises out there. Let's look at typical crunches. What's happening? Your low back is in flexion. What about decline sit-ups? To really work that core, your low back is in flexion. Toes to bar. Your low back is in flexion. Leg raises, little different. You're torquing and leveraging your lower back. Your legs are lowering in front of you. You're hinging and all that force is going through the low back. Usually doesn't like that. Now back to rope crunches. What's your low back doing? It's in flexion. In various different crunching machines at the gym, your low back is in flexion. So what do all of these have in common? You're putting your low back into flexion with force, the very thing that triggers your low back pain to begin with. So if normal everyday flexion hurts your back and you continue to do the things that hurt your back in the gym or to get a stronger core, you're going to further aggravate your issue or maybe cause it in the first place. Now, please hear me clearly. I'm not saying spinal flexion is bad. It's not. It's a normal range of motion that your spine was designed to be able to do. So I'm not telling you to be afraid of it, but if you have these types of symptoms and flexion increases your pain, then doing something more that increases your pain is probably just not a good idea temporarily. After we do the right core exercises and the right plan, then you should be able to return to any form of movement, any core exercise without any worry. So now let's discuss some low back friendly, disc friendly, nerve friendly core exercises that you can start to do to not only heal the back pain you're currently experiencing, but get back to a life of pain-free freedom. The first and one of my favorites is the bear exercise. On all fours, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips, you're going to pick your knees just a couple inches off the ground and hold. Make sure you're pushing the floor away, driving through your scapula, keeping your neck neutral. You can even slightly drive the knees out to engage the glutes too, and you're holding this for time. This is a full body movement. Honestly, I love this movement. Your spine is nice and neutral the entire time and is putting no pressure on these sensitive areas, but it is challenging. Now, if you've gotten better at holding this for time and you want to increase the difficulty, you can turn it into a single leg bear, where you will then straighten one leg at a time, hold for a few seconds, then alternate to the other side. This is adding an anti-rotation component, where now that you remove one leg, your body wants to rotate down, but you're resisting it. It's increasing the demand that your core has in different planes of motion, which is really important for really getting bulletproof. Next is our Deadbug exercise, an absolute classic, but it's so good for many reasons, and I have a progression for you today. Get on your back, arms and legs in the air, push that low back flat into the floor, then alternate one leg rotating down, tapping the heel, while you rotate the opposite arm back to the floor. Come back to center, and perform on each side. This is harder than it looks when you do it the right way, keeping the low back flat into the floor the whole time. This not only is training your core in a spine-friendly, neutral position, but it's also training you on how to properly use your diaphragm, how to properly brace, create intra-abdominal pressure, so that when we do get you back to squatting and deadlifting and all kinds of lifting, you have better core and spine stability. Now, for this, you can add a kettlebell to this motion. Hold the kettlebell straight overhead, so that you're loading your core more, perform the same motion. And then you can even keep your legs in the air and slowly lower the kettlebell behind you as to train your core in a different way. There are many different variations of a dead bug that we can do, but all of them include a nice neutral spine and a friendly position. Then last is a plank variation. For this, we just call this our desk lean, because honestly, you can do this absolutely anywhere. For many people, going right into a plank can still be difficult for where their low back is at. So this is a nice middle ground where you're just gonna find a table or a desk or the back of a couch, whatever, lean forward onto it so your body's in about a 45-degree angle, and then hold for time. It's just like you're doing a plank. Now, to increase the difficulty to this, once again, remove one arm to turn it into an anti-rotation movement and keep your body as still as possible. You can do this in a full plank position on the ground, but once again, that just might be too much for most people. So you can do this in this 45-degree angle. You can also return the arm and then do the same thing with the leg, removing one leg. You're gonna feel additional activation in the lower abdominals, the hip flexor region too, because it is utilizing these muscles. And once again, this is a spine-friendly position to increase your core strength and get you stronger. These are much better core exercise variations to help you improve your back pain without aggravating it. But the truth is that although many of you will see results doing this, a weak core is often not the reason for your low back pain, especially if you experience symptoms coughing and sneezing. That likely means you have a disc issue, or if you have symptoms down the leg mimicking sciatica. You need to address the lower back, disc, or nerve specifically. And these core exercises can help you work around it and get stronger, which is great, but they're often not actually targeting the problem. So if you would like a more specific plan to address that and include the core strength along the way, and you want to dive deeper with me, then all you need to do is just text me the word pain to 317-751-9509, and you can get a tailored step-by-step plan to permanently fix your low back or sciatica issues following our centralization process. And this process has helped some of our clients achieve 37% improvement just in one session, and others as much as 100% reduction in their symptoms within as little as 15 days in our full program. So text me right now so you don't miss the opportunity to finally get relief and live the life that you deserve. After you text me, like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, follow me on Instagram at RehabFix for more free daily videos and insights into my life and what I'm doing to keep my low back bulletproof. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next video, and I'll see some of you in the program real soon.